Hi everyone. I'm so sorry that I'm a little bit late. I hope you're still there waiting, and I hope you can hear me. I know that messages don't always come in straight away, but if you can hear me and see me, please let me know, and I'll try and if I can't go live without you seeing this, I'll record it and post it later. Vicky, thank you. I think I'm sorted. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining me and waiting. Interesting. I thought I'd got it all set up last night because I was testing, and for some reason I've hit a button that switched the camera to show my ceiling so rather than us, but hopefully you can see me now. Oh, thank you, Glenys. Thank you, Jacqueline. Morning. Vicky, thank you for your message. I did see that. I really appreciate your help. I am so not a technical person. But yeah, Vicky, I am on my phone. Thank you. It is Saturday again. It is Simply Words. It is letter H, and you've got me. What do we need? We need our stencil, the largest stencil in the Simply Words stencil set, your red ruler or a ruler. I've got my mechanical pencil today, but if you don't have a mechanical pencil, your 2B, your red and black pencil. I've got a pencil eraser, as you can see, and I've got a tortillon, and of course you will need a regular tile. So I'm going to move these things out of the way. Morning everyone, thank you for joining. Morning Maureen. Jacqueline, I can see you, thank you. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to move this out of the way, the stencil. First thing I want to do is draw on my tile a frame, a small frame around the edge, and I just want a little gap, so I'm going to do this all the way around, straight in with pen. I'm hoping I've picked up the right pen, because one of my pens was not was worn out, basically running out of ink, so I just wanted to make sure I'd got the right pen as well. I'm going to go around to the other side so that we will have a square outer frame. Okay, and it doesn't matter at this point if it's not joined up, but it just gives us something to work within. I hope everyone's okay. It's been a busy week for tiles, hasn't it? Everybody's giving you lots of choices now, which is great. And then what we want to do is go straight to the stencil. Find the middle of your tile, which I've already marked here. I've already drafted out my H, actually, because I wanted to make sure I didn't want to be hours doing this. So to find the centre is point to point. You put a mark. You would put a mark around here, and then turn your tile and go the other way, point to point. It's the quickest way I know to find the centre of where you're headed. And that's really helpful because that's where we're going to actually put the letter H. So place your letter H, the middle of the letter, over the centre point that you've just marked. And I'm actually going to, just want to make sure this is straight. I'm going to do this in pen. So what I'm going to do is go all the way around the stencil itself. I'm not going to go down this little central bit. I'm going to miss that, go across, and then I'm going to go all the way around again. So we've got something that looks like that. I'll just move my stencil out of the way because you don't need that. Then what I need to do, I'm going to actually split this letter H up into 3 sections. Morning Rose, morning Liz, thank you for joining us. Do you make or buy the tiles? Hi Liz. So you can order the tiles from sanntangle.co.uk. It's our website. You can use your own, cut your own up, but you need good quality cartridge paper. They are, I'll measure them, but I think they're about 8 centimetres square, just over. This one is, and this is a Sanntangle tile because on the other side you can see it's branded. And you've got space to put your name, the date and the details. So you can see I've put my name, today's date, and I've put Simply Words letter H. So yes, Liz, you can get them or you can make your own. But if you want the good quality cartridge paper, it's worth ordering. They come in a pack, and I think there's cream, or I think we do white now as well, but the options are on the website for you. Morning, thank you everyone. I can see you coming in now. Thanks. Hi Sharon. Angela, thank you for joining. So we've just, for those of you that have just joined, we've done a frame around the edge of the tile just to give us something to work within. We've gone across to find the middle point, and we've drawn our letter H in. And then what I was going to do, I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to, so hopefully you can see, I'm going to join, hopefully my glasses will be working this morning. I'm going to join the H. So I'm going to split it literally into 3 sections. So I'm going down the longest side of the letter H on the inside, which then will give me, you can see now I've got a gap between these 2 lines. Let me just rub out my pencil lines for you and you'll see where I'm going with it. Otherwise it'll look a bit too confusing for you. So now I want to join these 2 lines that make the H formed fully. Okay, so I'll get my pen again and we'll go again. Yeah, so my technical issue was actually user error, by the way. I'd hit a button and I'd flipped the camera on the video for some reason going the wrong way. So I just want to also rub those bits out so you can see where I am. So we've got the H, the letter H formed. Let me just zoom in a bit if I can. Hopefully you can, let's go a bit. Hopefully you can see better. Now what I want to do, I'm going to turn my card here. What I want to do, because I'm following one I've practiced, I want to do some zigzags. And I'm probably going to do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 if I can. So I'm going to go from the bottom left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see I've done that by, I've not measured it, I've done it by eye. Okay, then I'm going to turn my H around, I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to go from the bottom left on this side, and I'm going to try and do the same. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, turn it straight so you can see what that looks like. A bit weird at the minute. In the middle, I'm not going to do a triangle or a zigzag. I'm just going to do some little bubbles. Now, you could put straight lines in this if you wanted to, or you could fill it in. It's entirely up to you. You can add your own flair to this. You don't have to do exactly what we're doing here. But on this one, I'm going to just put some straight lines in, kind of in keeping with the zigzag lines. And then I'm going to turn my card again. So, and it doesn't matter which way you do this, but whichever way you do it, as we fill in these little triangles, stick to the same direction of travel. So what I'm going to do, I'm not starting with the half triangle, I'm starting with this full triangle first. And what I'm going to do is follow Aura this line. So I'm going to copy it here, and I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to lift my pen off as I get to the end of this line. Then I'm going to do the same in the next triangle. Keep the flow of direction or the direction of travel going. And then I'm going to go again. Now you can see I've not actually touched the line, this line. That's partly my glasses, but it doesn't matter because when we come to put some shading on, we'll be okay. And then what I want to do, so I'm just double checking I'm going in the right way. And then what I want to do is go the opposite way in the triangles that are left. So we're going to fill all of this in. So I'm now going to follow the opposite way, sorry. I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to go down. Just going to fill these triangles in the opposite direction of travel, following the zigzag line. So we're going to go this way. Okay. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? She says. And hopefully, now this one, because we haven't got the full triangle, but I still want to go this way, this following direction of travel, I'm going to start at the point and go in the middle. which allows me then to keep that same flow. And if you notice, I've not had to do much turning of the card or anything else. So now I'm going to turn my card around, and I want to do something similar. So I'm starting now with the half triangle this time, and I'm going to go and follow that line. So I'm going bottom left to top right. Okay, same one again, going this way. I hope everyone's all right. We've got a bit of sun here today and it's a lot milder, so it's really nice. I've actually got my washing out, believe it or not. Might have to run off and bring it in if it rains though. And again, we've got the same issue here. We don't have the full triangle. So I'm going to, thinking about that, if you just hover over that line and practice going up and down, you can then bring your lines in. And so you're doing exactly the same. Now I'm going to turn my card back because that's easier for me. And I'm going to now follow this direction of travel line because we're going back the opposite way. Okay, so hopefully you're all following me and it's all okay. I'm trying to look at comments as well, everyone, so do forgive me. I think I've answered Liz's question. Weather brighter here in the Midlands. Oh yeah, it's been miserable, Rose, really miserable, so grey. But yeah, not the best. Hopefully though, you know, spring is really on its way. I saw the weather forecast for next week and it's going to be warm in some areas. I think I saw 20 degrees in places like France and Spain. So hopefully we'll pick up some of that good weather. Okay, so can you see that? Now, what I want to do while I want to leave that for a minute. What I want to do now is put something, I want 2 lines up here. So remembering that we put the frame in, I want to do 2, I think I'll go this way because I think it'd be easier for you to see. So I want to put 2 lines in because what I want to do is make this a bit like a picture hanging, almost, so that we can hang the letter off this bar. And well, she says, hopefully it'll pan out how I got in my head. So now as I said, I can't draw a straight line with my glasses or a ruler, so please do forgive me. But hopefully you can see that. And then what I need to do is I want to make it look like it's not a curtain rail, but a rail. So I want to put a curve here. I'm not going to put a straight line, and then I'm going to join it and put a curve there. Does that, hopefully that makes sense. I'll just try, go a bit bigger for you. Okay, and I'll move it over. All right, and then all I'm going to do here at this end is a little curve, so it looks like it's the end. And then what I'm going to do is, along this bar, I'm going to just draw some dots and dashes just to give it a little bit of a tangle, a pattern. So I'm going to do a line, some dots, a couple of dots, a shorter line, 3 dots, a longer line, 1 dot. Do it randomly. I know random's not easy, but please give it a go. And then where my long line is, I'm going to put dots there instead. Then a line where my dot is, a dash, then 1 dot, a few dots there, a little dash there, another one, and keep going. And then I'm going to go to the other side of that centre line and do something similar. So you can see I've got the line, so I'll start with dots, then a line, and I'm just going to alternate it just to give it some randomness and something that gives it a little bit of an effect. Okay, so we've got something like that. Now I've drawn lines in the middle, which is fine. You can put, as I said, you can put anything in there. But what I really want to do now is connect all of this together. So you can either, we've got choices here, you can either put a little hook over the bar and then a couple of ropey lines, wiggly lines to join it there. Or you can put a hook at the top so it's hooking off the whole frame. I think I want to do a hook here, I think, and a wibbly line, so it looks like it's coming down. Then I'm going to go from the centre of the top of the H on this side. It'll just give you some anchorage. I don't even know if that's a word, everyone, but it will give you some anchorage. Then what I'm going to do is a wiggly line attaching it to the frame and a little dot, just so that it finishes it off. Okay, so far so good. Morse code, yeah, I remember having to learn that in the Girl Guides, crikey. But it's definitely a better day, Vicky, for sure. Yeah, I said to my husband earlier about the light, it's much better doing this in daylight. Thank you. Right, so I'm just going to come back a little bit so that hopefully you can see that. So that is our letter H. It didn't take very long to do this morning, did it? But what I want to do now is take my 2B. I'm not going to use my mechanical pencil for this. What I want to do is on the inside or on the line, on the outside line of the H, but not on the outside, just on the line or on the inside, add a bit of graphite. And I want to do the same up the other side, exactly the same this way. I've tried to keep it simple today for everybody. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of feeling slightly jaded by the really miserable weather we've had over the last few weeks. So I thought it'd be really nice to keep it clean and simple. I have used a tile that I'd inked very, very lightly as well. So just add your graphite. And it doesn't matter if it's not straight, honestly. Take your tortillon. And I'm just I want to get this graphite moving. So I'm just going to go up and down a little bit with it. I'm going to do the other side, up and down. Just to get it moving. Then I'm going to go back to this side where I was on the left and just do a little bit of swirling. I'm not going to push that shading out all the way out. Then I'm going to do the other side. And as you can see, I'm leaving a little gap in the middle. I'm not taking it all the way across that side. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, just bring it through. Bit more circles, little circles. Now, it doesn't matter. Somebody was saying that they were heavy-handed with the shading. For this, it doesn't matter. I'm the opposite. I never put enough shading on. But I've tried to put extra on today to show you what I mean, so that you can see the impact. I'm going to go up the inside of this and just get my graphite moving a little bit, then swirl. Just do some swirling. Okay. Just checking messages again. Yeah, no, that's fine. I can't see any other messages at the moment. So I'm just going to move this around, swirl up and down and swirl. But as you can see, again, I'm not going all the way into the middle because I want a little bit of a gap in the middle. Okay, now if you think there's not enough graphite, you can always go back in, and if you think, oh, I'm not happy with it, you can always rub it out because it is only graphite. You can rub it out. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could take a white chalk pencil, I don't have one to hand, and draw a line up the middle where the white gap is, or you can use a gel pen if you want to as well. The other thing I just want to do is add a little bit of shading here on my joiny bit. Hi Rose, found your Hemi paints never used. Can I do ink backgrounds? Yes, so yeah, Rose, you can. Hemi paints are lovely. Make sure though you let it dry. What is good about Hemi is you can tangle over the paints. So that's how I do it when I'm doing pieces. I will use Hemi. I'll use it as like a wash background, and then I let it dry. Probably I always do it overnight to be sure. Let it dry overnight. You can paint. You can tangle on it, but also you can add other paint if you wanted to. I've tried that as well. You can add layers on it. It's really nice. Bohemian paints are lovely to work with. If you want, I could do a little video. I can do a little hints and tips video if you would like me to. Say yes or no. I'll try and do a little video, but I'll put it in my Sanntangle with Crafts by Us group so that you can see it. I'll have a go for you and show you if you'd like, but I won't be able to do that until a little bit later. I've got a few things to do today. So again, I've just added some shading on the middle of the H, and honestly, that's it. That's all I wanted to do today. The other thing though was to just add a little bit of shading on my bar. I'm not adding colour to this. You can if you want to. You could add background flowers to it. You can add foliage to it if you wanted to. But I'm just going to shade on the rail that's holding the letter up. I think I did have company. My husband was here a minute ago. He's gone. He's disappeared. He just drove off in the car. So he's obviously doesn't want to listen to this and what we're doing. But hopefully you can see this. Okay, thanks, Rose. I'll have a look at that for you and try and do a video over the weekend. Then I'll do a quick hint and tip on how I do it. I'm not an artist. I don't use paints a lot, but I do like to use them for backgrounds and things. I've got some beautiful glittery watercolours that my daughter bought me for Christmas, which I've been playing with, but I'm not using those for tangling. So again, I've just swished up and down with where I've applied the graphite. I've just left some white bits, so you've got something there. Yes, you could add some foliage to this if you wanted to, but because I've used it created it as a hanging picture or a hanging letter, I didn't want to go mad. I hope you like what this looks like. The key to this is to hold it at arm's length when you've shaded it. Hold it up and you will see the 3D impact. I'm going to just zoom back out slightly so that you can see what I mean by that. And hopefully you'll see what looks like a rounded edged letter. I will show you the one I did here so you can see the two. So this is the one we've just done. This is the one my practice one that I did a couple of days ago. And then I took out, you remember the grid papers that we launched a few weeks ago? I think it was January, can't remember now. I took out a bit of grid paper, cut it down to the tile size, which essentially gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1 centimetre grid squares, as you can see. And I drew the letter H, but then I curved the corners so it looks more like a bubble letter. And I filled in the squares. I was messing about with the pattern there, but then around the edge, I did edged it with white gel pen so that it stands out. And you could do that on black card with white gel pen as well with your letters. So there's some ideas here for you to think about and have a go at. Put your own style to it, put your own things to it. You don't have to copy it exactly. But I thought it'd be nice for you to see something that's a bit clean and simple this morning. H for happy, you could add a word to it. You could, if you wanted to, not put the bar on and just ground it. Draw a little wavy line and ground it and write the rest of your word on. Why not? I like that idea. But there's so much you could do. It's entirely up to you. So once again, when you think about all the other letters that we've done so far, everyone has been different. Don't forget, everyone, to rub your pencil marks out afterwards. And don't forget, you need to sign. So I'm going to sign this one down here. You need to sign your letters. I hope I've not kept you too long. I didn't want to be too long because people have got things to do and, you know, stuff to go and get on with. But I honestly thought this would be a nice one for you to do very quickly. Next week we have Nikki. It will be around 10:30 on Saturday doing letter I. She's got an interesting spin on that. I've had a sneak peek. She sent me a sneak peek. And then the week after that will be letter J. And again, it will be something different to what we've done already. Hopefully you're enjoying all of these, and we're giving you some different ideas and different inspiration to go off and do your own thing with them. We'd love to see what you're doing, so please do post. It's hashtag simply words and then put the letter after that so that we can see them, and we will go from there. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you for joining me. Vicky, thank you for your technical advice. Appreciate that. And we'll see you all next Saturday. I'm sure we'll see you in the week on all the other tiles too that are going on. Sharon with the grids. We've got Sam, I think, tomorrow evening doing something new, which is going to be great. We've got Sandra's tiles. We've got, who else have we got going on? Vicky's coming back, I think, with Tangle Trails as well. And yeah, there's a lot. And we've got the monthly diary challenge. March is coming up, which also reminds me, if you haven't done the February diary challenge, please do, because we'll be looking at choosing a winner next week, because we are towards the end of February now. So please do send in your entries, because there'll be a little prize sent out. Sandra sends a little gift out for the winner. Okay, so hopefully you've got enough to keep you going, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you. Take care.